y'all, welcome to another episode of Through the Fire. Y'all, I am in my rental. Nothing to update. I'm still waiting on permits, y'all. Like, this is crazy. But what I do want to talk about today is some of the most stressful shit that I have been through throughout this process. This process has not started because I want to make sure I'm able to edit 12. Hey y'all, so I'm here with another episode of Through the Fire. Alright y'all, so I am in my rental and I was like, I am not about to go back to the house and show them the same scene that they have been seeing since December, okay? So, well shoot, since February for y'all, but December for me. But yeah, so, I just didn't want to do it there. And what I want to talk about, I kind of have to have, stuff to show. So I wanted to talk about some things that have been so, like, I'm already comforting myself, like I'm putting myself in a cocoon. Okay, you got this. All right, I want to talk about some real shit for real. I want to talk about some stressful things that I have had to endure over this process. Like, it has just been one thing after another, right? So the biggest stressor of them all is this whole permit situation. The fact that I still don't have permits, right? And it's the permits, it creates a domino effect because nothing can move without me having my permits, right? So my permits are a heavy stressor because one, like I said, nothing moves until I have those permits, right? So if nothing moves until I have them permits, then I don't know exactly when my move-in date is, right? So then that creates another problem where I don't know if I want to renew my lease or not. And then that creates another problem because it's like, okay, so how long will I have to get another lease for, because I'm unsure of how long I'm going to be displaced out of my home again. You know what I'm saying? So those, my dears, are heavy stressors. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's just hard to plan, and I'm a planner naturally. So I plan everything out. I literally plan everything all the time. So it's just hard to be able to plan and to be able to do what I know I need to do in the time frames that I need to do, because I don't have no time frames right now, right? So that's super stressful. And then, like, now, don't get me wrong. Now, like I say, I take into account sometimes when the timelines don't be timelining. But where I'm at right now is we're pushing it. We're really, really pushing it. And I need to be back in my house before the end of the year. So something's got to give. You know what I'm saying? So that's a heavy stressor, okay? So can you imagine just stressing out over that, right? And then I'm still waiting for the payment for my contents. Like, I haven't gotten my payment for my contents. I'm still waiting for that. So it's hard for me to try to move on and try to budget and pick out things that I need for the house, like appliances, like tubs, like different things. Like, those things cost, and a lot of the stuff that I have, especially everything for my master, is coming out of my own pocket. So it would be nice to have those funds. Also, it would be nice to have those funds so that I can set some funds aside just in case I need to go ahead and rent another rental property because after the money that I have for my insurance company runs out, I'm on my own as far as paying rent, which segues into the next thing that is just like, yo, like y'all. So the next thing is the rent being paid. So y'all, there have been, I guess, I'm not sure how the whole little system thing works, but what I'm finding is that it looks like I have rotating caseworkers like quarterly. So they rotate. It seems like they rotate quarterly because I've had three different ones so far, and we're in our third quarter. So I had a new person come introduce themselves in March, and then I had a new person introduce themselves in June, right? So, yeah, these are the people who are, when I say caseworkers and stuff, they have two separate caseworkers for me, right? So one caseworker is somebody who helps me with my rental situation, you know what I'm saying, my displacement situation. So that's just one caseworker for that. And then I have a not caseworker, but I have a adjuster or whatever for all the other stuff, the rebuilding and the funds for my contents and coverage and all of that stuff, right? So they're two separate entities, right? Now, yes, the one that takes care of the dwelling and the content and stuff, yes, they do disperse the money for the caseworkers that handle the rental properties and stuff. So essentially they work together, but they're separate, okay? Once they get all of the funding for the rentals and stuff, they really don't work together unless like an extension is needed, right? Ask me how I know. Okay, so I have had the pleasure of being stressed the fuck out every time I get a new caseworker for the rental situation, right? I don't want to say the company's name until probably after all of this stuff is done, because while I'm in the process and while I'm going through it, I just don't want to burn my bridges, right? Not to say that I'll be saying anything bad or but I'm going to speak honestly, right? And sometimes honesty, some places don't like honest reviews, right? So I won't be saying no type of names until after all of this shit is all over. I'm in my house, everything is closed out, we good, and you know, I can freely speak, right? So I have had the distinct pleasure of finding that every time I have a new caseworker, I am hit with this. Okay, I end up finding this at my door, wedged in my door, y'all. This is stressful as fuck. If you don't know what this is a notice of intent to file a complaint for summary of injectment, failure to pay rent. So I have had, this is the second one, okay? This is the second one that I have received, okay? So the first one that I got that really stressed me the fuck out was in April. And they had hit me up and they were like, you know, they didn't hit me up, they left this shit on my door. And they were like, you know, you haven't paid the rent. And I'm like, wait, what? Because the insurance company, I call them the insurance company, but the insurance company pays the rent directly. They do not funnel money through me because they don't funnel money through the clients. They don't deposit the money and trust the clients to pay the rent, because people are fucked up, for real. Let's be real, right? People will take that money and run and do all other kinds of shit except for what they're supposed to do with it. I'm not that irresponsible. However, I do truly understand the process and understand the purpose for why the insurance company does not want the insured to handle that situation. Cool, whatever. It works better for me if I don't have to worry about the shit. So y'all worry about that. That's a stress on y'all that y'all need to take care of. But now it's becoming stressful for me. So the first one I got was in April, and I had to take time off of work to get the situation straight. Now that's when I found out I had a new caseworker the first time, right? And then I received this one. When did I get this? This was, I think this came, yes, this came on the 6th of July. The 6th of July. So I had to go back through my emails because I realized, okay, I have a new caseworker, because I remember reading her email saying, hey, I'm your new caseworker for such and such and such. So I had to go back to her. Now, the issue that I really have, she is a pet peeve of mine, and I cannot wait until I get another person, is the fact that this bitch don't answer the fucking phone. This bitch don't return fucking phone calls. She don't return messages. She don't email. Like, her correspondences and the way that she communicates is just, it's basically nothing. Like, she don't say shit. So I was going back and forth with the leasing office, and then got her involved because she wasn't answering phone calls or anything, and nothing was getting done for a week and a half, almost 2 weeks. So then I had to call the main office and get somebody else to look into the situation, and they got her to move her fucking ass. And I still haven't heard from her yet. She still ain't talked to me. And I left her multiple messages. I'm getting her coworkers. You know what I'm saying? I have to talk to her coworkers, and then they relay messages. Like, it's bullshit. That's why I was like, I'm not going to say the names of, you know, who's who until after, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm giving you all honesty, all right? So I'm not even honestly sure if this situation is rectified, because the bitch don't know how to fucking communicate. At least with the other dude, after I, you know, got in touch with him and he answered and was helpful and everything. After I talked to him, he was very communicative and told me, you know, everything step by step what was going on. You know what I'm saying? So because I haven't been harassed by the leasing office, because they was calling and emailing and everything. So since I haven't been harassed by the leasing office, I'm assuming that everything is okay, but I'm not just gonna fucking assume. So I'm going to call in the morning to make sure. I'm going to have them check my account to make sure that everything is on the up and up. But it's just like so crazy to me that this shit happens. It seems like it happens every time I cycle through another caseworker. And then part of the first thing that happened is they switched management companies. The management company bought out the old management company, so that was a lot of confusion too. And this time they claimed they didn't get the checks, but I had the dates and the check numbers and everything when the checks were sent. And then I had the tracking number for the replacement checks. So that's why I hadn't, that's why I was like assuming that everything was situated, because I know when it was delivered, when the checks were delivered and everything. So I decided to just go ahead and wait for a while. So I am going to call tomorrow. I'm not just going to sit on that shit, because you cannot sit on that stuff. You have to make sure you stay on top of it. I'm a mother, and I don't play these types of games. This right here, no. And this is another reason why I always vowed not to rent anything, to always own what I had, because I don't have time for the iffy. You know what I'm saying? It's iffy. And then anything can cause them to want to put you out for any stupid reason and this, that, and the third. Now, some reasons aren't stupid, but you know what I mean, right? So that's another thing that I've been dealing with, being damn near scared out my ass that, you know, the rent isn't being paid. And that was one of the things that I thought that I was going to have to stress about the least, because the insurance company is the one who is paying them directly. So it's like, yo, y'all getting guaranteed money, you know what I'm saying? So it's not something that I should be able to, you know, be over here stressing about. But here we are, right? So that's another thing. Another thing is, I have to still pay bills and things like that at the other house. Now this is a water bill notice, y'all. Now I have been talking to the water company and letting them know since December that my house was on fire. There's nobody, you know what I'm saying? There's nobody in the dwelling. There's, you know, it's uninhabitable. But because I don't have my demolition permit, I can't do shit about this. I can't have them cut off my water. Now, not only that, but for some fucking reason, this water bill is over $1,200. Why? Why is the water bill over $1,200? I ain't lived there since December, and I had paid that bill already. So there's something that's wrong, and maybe it's part of that running water situation that we had seen in the prior videos that we have done. But y'all, something is not right. And even the lady that I spoke to from the county, she was like, yeah, that's not right. All I need is, she was like, I've taken note of every single time you've called. All I need is that demolition permit. Well, Charles motherfucking County, can I get the goddamn demolition permit and shit so that I can give these people what they need, so I can get this shit off me? I don't like shit like that. I hate shit that's gonna affect my credit. I hate shit like that. So rent and shit like that, like, I hate this stuff. Like, this is too wishy-washy for me, and my credit is something that I don't play with at all. Okay, I don't play about my credit. So paying my bills and staying on top of my bills is something that I don't play about either. So having these things come up when these are issues that I'm not gonna say I've never had before, but these are issues that don't come about often at all for me. Okay, at all, because I make sure I'm one of those people that are financially responsible. I make sure all my bills and stuff are straight. I make sure I plan ahead. I budget things out to a T. You know what I'm saying? So this shit right here knocks me off kilter. It just does. So these are just a couple of things that I have been going through in regards to this fire situation that has just been like super stressful. And it hasn't always been rainbows and stuff like that. Like, it has been some really stressful stuff, right? So yeah, but I think I have to make another video on some other stuff that now, because stuff is starting to come to me, and this video is already long enough for my liking. But yeah, y'all, so I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. Maybe I'll do another video somewhere far along down the line, because I know something else is gonna fucking stress me out. I know me, okay? So I know something else is gonna stress me out. Plus, I don't have control, and this is teaching me how to, like, release control. So that's stressful within itself, okay? But that is going to be this installment of Through the Fire, y'all. I appreciate y'all for watching. I appreciate y'all for all y'all do. I love y'all, and I'll talk to y'all on the next one. Bye.